Recording here, and thanks again. You should see actually a light that says recording there.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So Tracee, how did Star Trek inspire you?
Oh boy. Well, I'd have to say, I used to watch the first series with William Shatner, and I just liked what it stood for, but I never really, watched it a lot. And then when I finally got on Star Trek, The Next Generation, it was just amazing to me. Gene Roddenberry's vision of, Star Trek and all the people that, from different, cultures and all the different aliens that come and we all get along. And I really like the whole vision that he had.
Well, I just realized I looked at your hat.
Oh, yes. This is my new, yes, the Picard. Yes. I went to the Picard premiere and that was fabulous. Yeah.
Oh, you got to tell me about that. How did that go?
Oh my God, it was insane. Yeah, I got to see all the, my guys from the Next Gen. We all hugged and kissed, and everybody's asking, do you think, you'll be back on there? And I'm like, oh, I hope so, but it's not really up to me. So it was like, coming back home. I was on the show for like 7 years. So I was also like over 100 episodes. And then Michael Westmore, the head of makeup there, gave me the opportunity to be 15 different aliens on Deep Space Nine and Voyager. So basically, I've been told I was in over 100 episodes. I wore every color. I was on all three of the shows. And then when we did the movie, I was in the first 3 of the movie.
Well, I'm going to definitely ask you a little bit more about that in a minute, but I want to go back a bit. And when did you know you wanted to get into acting?
Wow. I think I had it in me ever since I was little. I was just a ham. And I was in a few plays in high school. But I wanted to go on a total different path. I wanted to be like a crime scene investigator or a veterinarian. And I obviously, didn't go that route. But I started out modeling, doing print work for magazines. And I did stuff for Revlon back in the day. And I had a great photographer who basically got me more jobs as I started. So it kind of snowballed. And then I got a casting agent. And that's basically when I started my, movie career. My very first movie was Gross Anatomy with Christine Lottie and Matthew Modine, where I play a medical student. And then after, do you want me to keep like going after?
This is fascinating. I'm loving this. So yes, please.
So after Gross Anatomy, I believe I got on Baywatch when it first started, and I was a regular lifeguard on there until they got canceled. And then when they got canceled, I got a call to do a stunt. I do, some stunts too. So I got a call to do a stunt in the movie, Another 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy. And that was being filmed on the Paramount lot. And as we were filming the scene, somebody from Paramount, from Star Trek at Paramount, was on the set that day and saw me and said, you need to come talk to so-and-so. I think they'd really like your look for The Next Generation. Well, I had no idea, what I was getting into or what that even, was going to mean or anything. And I went for the audition and I got it. And the next thing I know, they put me in the black and gold outfit. And they told me at the time that's the best color to be on the show because it controls 2 things on the ship. So here I am, I think it was like in 80, I remember, I think I came on right after Denise Crosby left, if I remember correctly, because I don't recall seeing her having any, interaction with her when I started. So I think that's when I first came on. And yeah, it was like my first day walking on the set was like, this is nuts. I mean, it looked like a real, ship. It was crazy. And, then I met them all and they were so very nice. And then the next thing I know, I started out, started out as an ensign. Then one day, I don't know how far after that, I put on my outfit one day and had 2 pips. So I was a lieutenant. Didn't know how that happened either. I guess, I don't know. So then they started putting me on, I was always on the bridge and with the main characters. And then they always had me in my turquoise outfit for the 10 forward section. And they put me with Patrick as his date all the time. Then Michael Westmore gave me the opportunity to do my very first Alien, and I believe it was on DS9, and it's an Antican. And to me, an Antican looks like a wolf dog, because I had this prosthetic in my mouth, so when I bit down, it would do that. And so I'm all in my Antican wear and everything, and I remember that day so perfect because we were filming, and then we cut, and then I went out to the alleyway at Paramount to take a break in my outfit, right? And and they don't realize when they make some of the aliens that, the actor needs to, I don't know, have a sip of water or whatever. Anyway, so here I am in my Antican wear, looking like a wolf dog, and with a prosthetic in my mouth, drinking from a straw to get water out of my water bottle. And at the same time, that day, they were filming the movie Sliver with Sharon Stone. So I love her. Anyway, to make a long story short, here I am in the alleyway, sipping my, water through a straw in my alien Antican outfit. Sharon Stone comes out of her trailer in her white terry cloth robe, and she is beelining right for me. And I am literally shaking in my, outfit, because I'm like, oh my God, I love her to death, and oh my God, she's coming over to me. So she literally came right in front of me and was just like checking out the makeup and couldn't believe it, and was like, what do you look like under there? Well, it just happened to be just a weird thing. That same day in the morning, I gave the security guy, he wanted an 8x10 signed, from me. So, and that was even weird, right? So here he holds it up and he said, this is what she looks like. And she was like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Why would you, cover your face up and not want everybody to see your face? I go, well, they do see my face. I go, but I don't mind the makeup, and they pay me pretty good to wear the makeup. So, it kind of works, and my skin works with it, because some actors had problems with the prosthetics where they break out, and I luckily did not. So then she proceeds to say, well, we're having a wrap party tonight. How would you like to be my guest? And I was like, this is just crazy. So I ended up going to Sharon Stone's wrap party for Sliver. And then to top it all off, she gives me like 3 or 4 of her extra bodyguards to, walk in with me. It was mind blowing. And then, one thing led to another with Michael Westmore. He literally loved the way I portrayed the Antican. Therefore, he gave me 15 other ones, 14 or 15. Yeah, I did 15, I think, other ones to do on Deep Space Nine and Voyager. And wow, I was just like wowed. And then, and I wore every color. And then I got a name, Lieutenant J, and that was like a fluke mistake. And Jonathan Franks accidentally said Lieutenant J instead of Lieutenant JG, and they didn't do anything, and it stuck. So then therefore I was like, oh, well, I'm going to spell it JAE and let's see what happens. And oh my God, now I have like a underground I have a fan club, a cult following. It's just crazy to me. It's just crazy that who knew this would happen. And then I believe it was 2012 was my very first convention that I started doing the convention circuits. And that was in London. and I did London Film and Comic Con in 2012. And then after that was FedCon in Germany. Then they sent me to like Australia. And then basically that's what I've been doing after all the stuff, is, diminished right now. So, yeah, I've been doing the Comic-Con stuff. I love it. I love my fans, and I love meeting new fans, and I really miss them right now because, we can't really do that right now. So it's kind of a bummer, but I have a feeling, and I'm positive it'll be coming back soon. So let us hope.
Well, I hope you are right, because I know that the Vegas convention is not canceled yet, and I'm wondering
No,
if
not. I don't know. Yeah, they're waiting till like the very last, I don't know. I do have one, hopefully. Well, I had one this month in June that they didn't cancel. They postponed it to August. Well, then I just got in Florida, and I just got the email saying that they're gonna not have it, and they're gonna have it next year. So I'll get to go to Florida next year. I don't know yet what month or whatever, or the dates, but I do have another one in August that hopefully in Texas that will happen. And then I have another one in November in Canada, which I think will be good. But it's just going to be weird because I don't know, how conventions, I know you've been to some, right? How they get so crowded, and I don't,
for sure.
yeah. So I don't know how they're going to do that, because especially with like photo ops, because I'm a hugger and I like being right up close with my fans, and it's just going to be weird. So I don't know how they're going to work it out. So hopefully we'll get to come back this year, but I understand, if we don't. So yeah.
Yeah, this project that you're talking to me now on got started because Emerald City Comic-Con was delayed.
Oh, I've never been to that one. I heard it's fabulous.
Oh, you got to come. We got to get you up here. Definitely, we'll do that.
Oh my God, you got to send Johnny Steverson. He's my agent at PR Celebrity. Send him whatever. I don't know what the application. I don't know how it works, but I'd love to go. I've heard great things about it. Yeah.
Oh, we got to get you up here, and then I'll take you to lunch. So I'm a little confused because you've worked on 3 Trek series, you've been in 3 of the motion pictures, and you're in so many episodes, but yet you're uncredited. How does this work?
I don't know. I think I'm the most uncredited person out there. I don't know. I do not know. It's just weird. I remember being on General Hospital as a day player, and that means you just, basically come in for the day. You have 5 lines and under to say whatever, and they pay you, and you go bye-bye. Anyway, I remember filming on General Hospital, and I think I'm credited for it. I played Marla the Rock and Roll hairdresser. I had speaking lines, but when it aired on TV, I was so excited. I told my family, everybody, you got to watch on this day because, oh my God, you're going to, see me do everything. And then it aired, and I was watching, and oh my God, you heard me, but you didn't see me. It was like, what they cut it. It was like really bummer for me. And then come to find out, one of the actresses had a cow that I looked really good. This stuff happens. I'm not kidding. It really does. And it's just disheartening because I just don't understand. But I think I'm the most uncredited one. Yeah, I don't know. I did have a little speaking part on Star Trek, and they cut it. I mean, I think all I said was "I sir," something, simple, but that didn't make it either. So, even on Baywatch, I mean, they had me all over as a regular lifeguard, blah blah blah, and me and Eddie were like communicating, and then I didn't say anything. So I don't know. It's kind of a bummer.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, but I just got done filming 2 movies where I do say stuff, and you do see me, and it's going to be cool. And the first one is called Night Mistress, and where I play a bodyguard for the underworld, the head bodyguard for the underworld, and it's by Dream Cinema Productions, and Rayster Michaels and was the producer, and he's also in the movie. He's my boss in the movie. Then I just got done filming with Russ Emanuel, another movie called Assassin's Apprentice 2, where Marina Sirtis is in it, Armin Shimmerman, I believe Gary Graham, me. I mean, and that's where I play a retired assassin, and my name is Gwen in the movie. So they're coming out hopefully soon. I know Night Mistress is coming out with a video game before the movie comes out, and they're in talks with Sony, gaming or whatever you call it. Yeah, I'm not hip on the lingo, but yeah, so I can't wait for those to come out. And like I said, I'm waiting to get back on the circuit for the Comic-Cons and stuff. And hopefully other movies will come along, we'll see. But yeah, it's crazy. It's just been nuts. I mean, who knew this would even happen?
That's so cool.
It's still like mind-boggling to me, because when Star Trek, when we had our last day on TNT, it was just, everybody was crying, because we're like a family. My God, I worked every week, at least 3 days every week with them for 7 years, and then I also, was on Deep Space Nine and Voyager, but as aliens. But our show is just so family. I mean, to this day, when I see them at, the actors at other cons, and if they have a line of people and see me coming up, they'll drop everything and yell my name, and we hug. And I mean, it's crazy. And I saw Patrick Stewart. My last con was last year, Destination Star Trek. And he was there, and I was at my table signing autographs, and my helper said, "There's Patrick." And I was like, oh my God, I'm not letting him get away. So I jumped up and I said, "Patrick," and he turned around and he said, in his great voice, "Tracee Cocco," with his arms spread open. Oh, sorry, that's my dog, but she always does this when I'm on, so I'm sorry. Anyway, and her name's Coco. Anyway, so he has his arms open. We come and we hug, and he gives me a cheek, kiss on my cheeks. And he said, "I love you." And I said, "I love you too." And I was like, "I know you gotta go." And he goes, "Yeah, I do." And he goes, "It was great seeing you." And I'm like, "You too." So, and then that led to like my fan club people starting this petition for me to get back on Picard. So, I mean, by now I should be an admiral or something. Who knows? I don't know. Or Section 31. We'll see. I don't know. But I would totally love to be on there, or the Pike series coming out, maybe as an alien. Who knows? I mean, it seems like Star Trek's going to be here for a long time. So we'll see.
Well, where can I sign a petition to get you on the show?
Oh my gosh. You know what? I think it's called Star Pod Log. It's a podcast. I can send it to you when I find it, if you'd like.
Oh, that sounds good. I'd love to help. You should be on there. Absolutely.
Okay.
And I was going to say, you're reading all my questions in advance, which I love. But the other thing I was going to say is regarding General Hospital, heavy drama on a soap opera should not surprise us.
Oh, I know, right? I know. And all I had to say on there was Marla, the rock and roll hairdresser, right? So I'm in my, I love black. So I wore my black leather jacket. My hair was on point. And all I had to say was, as soon as I get off the phone, and that was it. And they cut it. I don't know. It was like, what? You heard me, but you didn't see me? I don't know.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
What is Renegades?
I was in that too. I played an alien. Renegades, I think it came out and it was first called Star Trek Renegades, but now they can't do that. So it was just called Renegades. I was in the second one, and I had a little part as an alien. So Russ Emanuel, I think, was in that. I think, did he film that? I can't remember, but I know Ryan Husk was one of the producers on that. So yeah, it's another space thing. I mean, they're all coming out with all these, for the fans, the fan made ones that are pretty cool, and they look great. I'm telling you that. They look fabulous. Oh, Coco.
What kind of dog is Coco?
Well, I could get her over here if she'd come over here. Coco, come. She doesn't listen to me right now. she's patrolling the front yard like there's people out there. Wait, I think maybe she's coming. Come here. I'll show you. She's a Cavajon. She's really cute.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, here, hang on. I think I got her. I think I'm getting her over here. Oh, I think I got her. Hang on. There she is.
Hi, how you doing? It's nice to meet you.
This is little Coco.
Nice to meet you, Coco.
Say hi. Say hi, everybody. Okay. You want
Hi.
to? Okay. Yeah, she's been, quarantined with me. She's going crazy. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
I didn't mean to make her bark. I apologize.
That's
So I'm just curious. Do you watch Orville at all?
Love it. See, I would even like to be on that. I'd like to be on the new one with Steve Carell. What was that? What one's that called? Space
Force.
Space. I was going to say Spaceball. Space Force. Ah, yeah. Oh my God. And then I forgot to tell you, I was also in Demolition Man, the movie. I played a cop in the movie, and one day Paramount has me as a Borg at Anaheim Convention Center here when they were having a convention. They dressed me up as a Borg to promote their pinball game. Well, I get a tap on my shoulder from this gentleman, and he's like, I'm so-and-so from Williams Bally Midway in Chicago. We make all the pinball games. And I'm like, uh-huh. And he's like, I really like your voice, and I'm coming out with a pinball game for Demolition Man. Would you like to be the computer voice? I'm like, this is crazy. So if you played the pinball game, Demolition Man, yeah, I'm the computer voice, and you can find that on YouTube. I think it's under Demolition Man pinball game promo. Yeah. So it's just crazy stuff. It's crazy.
Absolutely love this. So I'm curious, of all the Trek that you're a fan of, what is your favorite, and what is your favorite episode of that series?
Well, I'm going to have to, of course it was probably the next gen. My favorite, but don't get me wrong, I do like the new Picard, but, I have a history with the next gen. So my favorite episode probably, it's hard, but I'd have to say Rascals, because I played 3 different things that day. They dressed me up as a Ferengi, but I don't know if I got filmed as a Ferengi, because when I watch it, I don't know if I'm they might have cut my Ferengi out. But I also play me. I look like me, Lieutenant Jay, on the bridge when they come and take control of the bridge. And then I also, when Patrick Stewart was a little boy, when they turn everybody into kids, they called me in to be Patrick Stewart's hands as a little boy on the computer. It's crazy.
I'm sorry, you were hands?
I was his hand. I was his hands as a little boy on the computer. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I love that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, why would they call him in for something, like that, right? So they try to get other people to do it. We're like, when I was Alice Krieg's stunt double in the Borg movie, but I also played me in the movie too, but I also was her stunt double. And they literally called me back in to be her arm when she's grabbing his leg, when he's going up the thing. That's my arm. It's just crazy stuff. I had to, wear that outfit. It's just nuts. Who knew this would, it's just, I'm honored. It's just crazy. I'm so honored to even be a part of Star Trek. It's legendary, and I'm just so honored to be a part of it. Wow. And I, like I said, I appreciate all my fans and all the love they give me. They've been fabulous. It's crazy. And I get to do stuff like this with you.
I know it.
Yeah.
And I love this.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've done, from being quarantined, I've done a lot of these, Zoom meetings, and they're fun. I love them to death. Every now and then I'll try to go live on my phone, but that's not the same.
No, I agree with you on that one for sure. So I'm curious, what was your favorite role that you were under heavy makeup?
Wow, well, let's see. There's one that on Voyager that Michael did for me special. He said, I want to come up with a new alien. because it doesn't even have a name. And I said, well, you know, can you make it pretty? Because most of them were not. And he said, yeah, I'm going to give you a ponytail. We'll put contacts in your eyes and give you a forked tongue. And I'm like, oh my God, how cool. Well, it took 6 hours to put it on. 6 hours. It was great. And thank God that same day, it was a call time at 3 in the morning. I had to be there and sit there till 9 in the morning. And then thank God that my call sheet said for me that my filming for that day was right after, like right after. So I got to go home. I was home before noon. It was great. Yeah. But then I also have to say, I do like the Borgs. I've been both Borgs. I was the drone Borg. I think I was sitting with the bald cap on. You could see my brain and my eyeball was out. I think it's in Descent, but I'm not sure. And I'm sitting on the cave floor and I'm like, because they used me as an experiment. And then I also was the regular Borg, you know, with all the eye and the pipe, you know, the piping and all that. So yeah. And then, you know, Alice is stunt double in the movie. So I'd have to say those two probably. Yeah.
How long did the Borg makeup take to get put on?
It wasn't as long as the 6 hour one. I have to say, let's see, they put me in a full one piece like mesh bodysuit. Then on top of that, they put the pieces, which this is a piece, this is a piece, this is a piece, this is a piece, the chest is a piece, the legs the same thing, the upper thighs and then the calves. And then they put the Pax makeup on you, which is the white, and you cannot smile, you cannot do anything because it'll crack, and they don't like that because they have to come, you know, redo it. That I'm just gonna throw a guess, maybe 3 hours, maybe. The Ferengis weren't that hard because they called them butt heads on there. So they were more like a helmet, you know, you put on your head, and then they have the nose and the cheeks prosthetic that they blend on you, and then they paint you orange, and then the fingernails, I believe, were blue or green, were they? Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love this.
Yeah.
And why do you think Star Trek has endured for so long?
Because it has a great message. I mean, you know, it really, even today, I mean, it has a great message. I mean, love, full of love, you know. I mean, I remember I used to watch, William, you know, the first one with William Shatner. And I'd always think, God, he gets around a lot with the gals, and, you know, he likes to fight people, but Jean-Luc did not. He was different. He was very, I don't know, caring maybe. I don't know. He didn't like a lot of conflict, but he knew if he had to do it, he could do it. I love DS9. I wish I maybe could have been on it more and got to know them all more. That one was cool. Voyager, I really didn't get a chance to meet any of them on there. You know, because like I said, I did that Aliens, and they, you know, zip me in and zip me out. When I was done, then I'd be done. So, you know, I didn't hang out and chat with anybody, you know.
Did you do Enterprise at all?
Nope, I did not. That's the only one it didn't do. Darn it.
Well, I'm sorry. That's shame on them. Shame on them.
I know, right?
The last thing I have for you is, can you give me a live long and prosper?
This? Did I do it right? Yeah. That?
Yep.
Yay! It's weird. I could do it so easy on this hand. This hand, I'm like, okay, I did it.
I love that. All right. Oh, hang on one sec.
Uh-oh.
Thank you. And actually, I was going to say, I'm going to stop the recording. Give me 1 second here.